We are live. That's super exciting. Welcome, friends. Yes, we'll be done. Okay. Don't stress. All right. It's the 19th, and we're here from Tony Town Winery. And I apparently have been told we have to leave at 7:30, so we may be walking out the door at the end of this. But Dean will stay on with you and finish this up because I have to fast. All right. So on tonight we have Kendra from Aster Fiber Co, and we are so excited she's joining us from somewhere in Virginia that I don't remember the name of. But anyway.
Roanoke
area, yes. Yeah. I don't. You were from somewhere smaller than that, though, right?
Yes, Benton technically, but it's right next door. So I tell everybody Roanoke since that's the one they're going to remember.
Okay. So we are doing 29 days of crafting for 29 minutes, and so far we've had some really great interactions with a lot of people, and it's been really fun to see what everyone's been making. So.
Awesome.
Linda over here is knitting on a hat for charity. Bridget is working on a shawl. I got a hat going here, and I also have a pair of socks. And then, what's Dean working on tonight? Besides our email, because my email.
Besides our email, yeah, that's mainly what I'm about to start working on.
So apparently, our email is now frozen in time or something, because we tried to fix something today, and now they're like, you had too many unsubscribes. We had 3, and I'm like,
not unsubscribes, just like the bounces and spams and
the bounces and spams. But even though we have been like working actively to correct all of the weird things that have been happening, so anyway, that's an interesting adventure. We're getting there. It's going to be fixed. It's going to be fine.
Adventures in small businessing.
Yeah,
for real.
I understand.
You're probably familiar.
Yes. It's always something and I don't know, lately I just feel so like technology illiterate. Like it's hard.
Yeah, they were telling us like, hey, in order to stop a lot of spam, we're gonna change this to where you have to have your domain wherever you're sending your emails from be verified. And so I went through this process and step by step, not really understanding what I was doing, but doing what it said. I did all that, and then we still were getting like 10% open rates when we were getting like 50% before. So then we changed it. It wanted us. I chatted with someone from Tiny Email. They wanted us to change something else. I did that today. Sent another email, and they froze our account. So,
oh my gosh! Of course. You're like, I've only done everything you've asked.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's
always a pain.
6 months ago, we were like, man, our email rates. We got a great open rate. Everybody's getting our emails, and it all just went down the drain. So I don't know.
I have not had to deal with this particular issue yet. I've had a couple of people ask me about making a newsletter or something, and I'm like, no. I'll just announce it when I'm doing something, and maybe down the road, but it's just like another thing that I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that right now.
It's nice to have that kind of communication with people and give them ideas of what's going on and everything. But
it makes great sense. And of course, letting people know exactly what you're doing and that kind of stuff, it makes a lot of sense. It's just not something I am currently ready to do, but I do love subscribing to people. I'm working on let me get to the end of the row and then I'm going to show you the shawl that I'm working on. I'm super excited about it.
Our friend Tabitha hopped on, and this is the hat that she started. I grabbed it from at their house.
It's really pretty
before we left, so I'm finishing it.
I love the color.
Yeah, I think it's Rios. I think it's a Rios color, but I'm not sure. I didn't really look. Hi, Avery. It's nice to see you too. That's our niece. We've been hanging out with them all week.
We have been staying with them for the last.
We were in Lynchburg, so we weren't very far from you.
Yeah. That's not very far at all. It feels like a little ways away, but it's actually it's not really.
Well, Kat and Kenny came out on Friday after and hung out with us for a little while out at the farm. So next time we have a party, you'll have to join us because they got parties and you didn't.
Oh, that would be amazing. I saw some of the photos that you guys posted. It always looks like a really good time.
Oh yeah, we had a good time this time for sure. got back about noon today. On the plane, what did I do? I knitted a sock toe. I did a cuff on another sock and another sock toe.
On the plane? Wow.
Yeah, I was busy. So
very productive.
So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna interview pretty quickly because they do close at 7:30 and I have to be mindful of that. But a couple people just got here, so I'm not too worried. So Kendra, tell us about Aster Fiber Co. Like, how did you get your name?
Oh no. Well, okay, so it's not a very in-depth story. I love plants. I love flowers. I love learning about all of them. I love nature, all that kind of stuff. A lot of my colors are inspired by nature. However, I cannot grow a plant to save my life. So Aster was, it's everywhere. It's a really common, super common flower or species. And whenever we were out one day, I found like a little patch of them, and I was messing around with photography. My husband is a photographer. He's the one that does all my yarn pictures. And I was taking pictures of them, and I absolutely loved it. And I was sort of like thinking about venturing. And I actually picked the name first before I started dyeing because I was doing a little bit of designing and stuff like that before. Yeah. And so I kind of adopted that in there. And then eventually, whenever I started dyeing yarn, I wanted to keep everything like under the same name, the same umbrella, and it went with my dye style, I felt, because I have a lot of colors that are inspired by nature, flowers, all that kind of stuff. So it basically was a way for me to like immortalize like all the things, all my favorite flowers, plants, all that, but without having to actually grow them, because I'm a terrible, neglectful plant owner. And
it's fine.
Yeah, like my thumb is just rotten at this point. I can't even say it's black at this point. But my I did grow a few, and then my husband ended up like, he would leave it outside, and then we'd have like a last frost of the season or something, and it would like kill it or that kind of stuff. So eventually I just gave up. I was like, okay, even the hardy ones I can't do.
I think we talked the other night about our money tree mow, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that was on one of these. Yeah, we do not do well with plants. There was a time we actually, when I was in med school, like second year, we had a little apartment that we were like on the basement-ish floor. And so like there was like a slope going up, and it got like pretty good sunlight for being down low, but we had like a little balcony. We actually grew like some basil and some peppers, and like
that's awesome.
We sort of felt like crazy gardeners, but other than that, we have not ever done well with plants.
Yeah.
This week we actually went with Tabitha and Colby to do a lot of like they bought some plants, they bought some bamboo, we planted a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll dig the hole. I don't really
right.
do here.
Yeah. Like I'll put the dirt in the hole.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, it's too much. Meanwhile, like my husband can grow anything. He's like grown all these amazing things from tiny little seeds, and his office though has really great sunlight. So I feel like if you have the right light, right, like there's so much less work that you have to put into it. So maybe I've just been facing the wrong window or something. Probably something really easy.
My friends want to know about your sweater. Can you tell us?
They're
watching us on Instagram, like across the table from us.
Nice. Hi. This is the yesteryear sweater from the the worsted book, the one from Amy. Yep.
Yeah.
And I did this. I actually got to test knit it. And I wasn't aware it was for the book at the time. So I crushed it. I knitted it like so fast, and then I had to put it away and like sit on it and hide it for like over a year almost. It was like crazy. And eventually I got to pull it out and wear it. But I did the cropped version, so I typically wear it with like overalls or something like that. But I love like the little the graphic.
What?
bit
And they're
right here.
colors that you dyed, right?
Yes.
What colors are they? They want to know that too because they're going to go order them now.
Oh. Wouldn't you know it? Actually, they were kind of one of a kinds. I don't think I ever named them.
You just take your feelings.
I'm so sorry. So yeah, this is like a really deep kind of like emerald green kind of.
Yeah.
And then this is sort of like a sand color. It has a teeny tiny, very mild speckle in it because I am a speckle fiend. But I kept it fairly subtle for this one. I wanted to make sure that it was like highly contrasting. And I dyed up some at the same time that I was making this for my sweater, and then I've never dyed it up again. And I think this is fairly early, so I wasn't taking as good of notes as I do now. So unfortunately, I don't think I have that.
There's your next dye challenge. Recreate sweater yarn.
To recreate. I'll do my best.
In YouTube and on Facebook, so you guys can find that later for the pattern. So.
Yeah, we always
thank you very much.
talk about like learning new things, and like we always talk about how every time we go out on the truck we change something about how we were like, oh yeah, we should do that this way. Like, why are we not always doing that? Like,
yeah. I feel the same way.
Speaking of yarn colors, what is your favorite one that you've dyed? And I have to say that your deep purpley pink that we have in the Virginia box is definitely one of my favorite of that tonality for sure. That jeweled pinky color.
Yeah. I really like that one a lot too. But typically, I tend to like the really like the moodier, earthier side of it, like less jewel tone, more like woodsy or even like wet dirt. Like I love a good brown as well. But lately I have been obsessed with a color that I did. It's called Skull Cap. It's a purple. Like I am a purple girl. But it was one that I had done for a local event. I want to say last year, so it's been a little over a year now, and it was an exclusive that I had done for Knit and Coop, which is one of my local yarn shops, and for like a Valentine's Day event kind of thing. But it's been a year, so
I have that color.
The skull cap color. Yeah. Check it out.
I did the crawl last year with Avery and Tabitha.
Yeah, so you have it. Okay.
Yeah, we went on the crawl last year, so that's in my stash somewhere.
That is probably my favorite color right now. So
I like it.
I think we got some of it on the worsted the last time around.
Yeah, I think you sent some in the non-super wash. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I put it on the non-super wash.
It ended up sitting in a box for like, I don't know, a month because we didn't go anywhere. We didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then we got it out, and it's been out like once because we didn't end up going to Oxford Fiber Festival.
Oh yeah, because the weather.
Yeah, it kind of iced and snowed, and so yeah, we're kind of excited to get back rolling on the yarn truck again.
Oh, I bet. It always sounds like
headed out this weekend, so that's pretty exciting. And we were talking about, we just got an email about it. This weekend I'm doing a mending workshop in Austin for the Austin Modern Quilt Guild. And so I'm doing actually 2 sessions of it, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And I think that's what's going on. Dean needs to read that email a little closer and like double check what's going on because I read it and I was
right
like,
now actually, like,
and my eyes kind of crossed a little, and I was like, I can't figure this out. Hey, Dean, they had Black Apple Crossing blackberry cider.
Oh tonight. Yeah, you haven't had that in a while.
Like my favorite one.
Yeah. That sounds good.
So I don't know if Dean told you or not, but Dean is actually in Eureka Springs this evening, and so he's like an hour and 20 minutes away from me, and then I'm in Tawny Town right now. And then I'll drive over there to meet him later tonight. So,
awesome.
I have knit group tonight, and then I have knit group tomorrow, and then I have another knit group tomorrow. So I
was at her sister's house doing laundry. I finished the laundry, got in the car, and like screeched tires into the parking lot here and ran in and came
just
home.
in time. I love it. Down to the wire.
Yes.
I spent the day, I was like, well, I'm a homebody most of the time anyway. If I'm not traveling for like a yarn show or anything like that, I'm totally content to hang out at home. I don't even really like go out and knit. Like I get a lot of my social interaction online. But whenever I was here earlier, I was dyeing yarn because I'm dyeing yarn for the yarn crawl this year for locally. So I was working on color development for that. But I appreciate getting like the chance to like chill and knit because I haven't knit anything today. I was super busy. But check this out. So this is my camera is going to change the color. It's making it look a lot more blue. It's actually, yeah. So it's really actually more purple than it. Okay. So that actually almost makes it like a little bit better. I don't know why when I do that, it makes it blue, but yeah. So there's that. And so that's
so
that
what is
color.
that going to be? Is that a shawl?
Yes, so this is the coneflower shawl that I'm designing. It's in testing right now. I did a cowl version before, and I have started this tradition where, because I love making cowls, and then I make a shawl like sister or cousin or whatever that like matches it. But check out these cute little things. Like I love these so much.
Oh, those are so
like,
cute.
Aren't they so cute? They look like little coneflowers.
Oh, yeah, they eat
like
all the
little.
yarn.
yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. But they kind of line up the side like that. Right now they look a little.
Well, no, they need to be blocked,
sus.
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, everything wins when it's blocked, so you know.
Exactly. But I'm super excited about it because my other sample is in orange, and then this one's in purple. And I've been saying like, I really need an orange shawl. I really need a purple shawl. So after these are done, like all my dreams have come true. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and actually. So the great thing about this yarn though, and actually this will be perfect. So the pattern comes out, I want to say March 7th or 8th. I'm kind of a little iffy right in there. But it uses the non-superwash worsted that you guys have.
Nice.
So, and it uses, right now, we're approximating about 4 skeins. So, yeah. So whenever that comes out, I'll definitely announce and all that kind of stuff, but it's a perfect way to use the yarn you'll have. And if if they like the purple, then you guys have that color. So, as well as I think a few others.
A lot of great colors from you. We really love.
Yeah, we did
love the
that.
Like that's it's worsted weight. It's awesome.
Blue fade.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
Yeah, I tried to make it like fairly cohesive, but
we typically sell like our worsteds. Most of what we sell is DK and fingering, but the worsted, like when people buy worsted, they want a sweater quantity. Like that's what they're going for is like a whole sweater quantity.
Definitely. That's the way that I prefer, like I've actually making it a goal this year to do more sweater quantities on hand in general, because it's so hard to like guess who's gonna like what color, how many should I make of it, and then if I actually do make it, then people will like buy some of it, but then it breaks the sweater quantity. So, which I'm sure you guys that's probably come up a time or two. So, yes. Whenever I was coming up with the colors that I sent, I was kind of hoping like, that some of them would play well together in case that happens, so that people can like mix and match or pair contrasting colors or something together a little bit. But yeah, that is so tough. That's probably like the hardest part about the dyeing aspect of it anyway. but yeah, I'm super excited. This is back to your earlier question. This is my current favorite color. I've put it in every project, and I probably will put it in several more. So
I like it too. Obviously, I did go ahead and buy it. I'm pretty sure it was the first one I saw. So I think we started out at New River. And we came back toward Lynchburg, so we went to all of them and just checked out. Did a little bit of all of it. We had a great time. We had a girls' day, and while Dean and Colby built something, I don't know.
I'm sure we were fixing something or building something.
But yeah. Yeah, so
we
this
help
time for
them.
Girls' Day, we got our nails done. So.
We
Ooh,
help them do a
sparkly.
lot of like farm stuff, and so like we don't have farm stuff normally, but like they have a lot of like farm things that need to be done, and I joke with Colby that he has to submit work orders before I
He does.
come out and do these things. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have to know about it ahead of time.
Otherwise,
Yeah, you have to know what you're getting into.
To bring with him or whatever. So yeah, it's lots of
Mhm.
so
That's so funny.
we've had Jenny from 316 Dye Studio on, and then who else visited with us? Tammy from Bashful Armadillo in South Texas and Corpus Christi, and then we had
Sarah from Winterstrom
Sarah
Ranch.
from Winterstrom Ranch, Jas from Marlin Fiber Farm, and Yellow Rose Fiber Fiesta, and then Marcy from Crafter's Word, which is a craft shop in Texas. So we've had
very
a
nice.
few people on, and we're starting a little run this coming week of quite a few more guests. So I'm really excited about hearing about all you guys' new stories, and so it's been nice to get to chat with you more, because I know I've only got to sit down with you and have coffee once.
I know. Yeah, and it was kind of a quick visit too. So yeah, I agree. It is nice to sit down and actually chat for a minute.
That's something we're hoping to do more of with the like going full time with the yarn truck, is like being able to just have days where we just like hang out, go have coffee, go out to eat with people.
Yeah, we're hoping to have more of that for sure. And we will be back in Virginia in September, and we're actually going to do a couple of days at Stitch Witch in Bedford. So I hope to see you there. Come out and say hi.
Yeah, I definitely will.
And then, so what shows and things do you have coming up? Like what events? You said you had the yarn crawl.
Yes,
the James River yarn crawl.
So I'm lucky enough to get to be in both of the regional yarn crawls this year. So for the James River yarn crawl, I'll be doing a trunk show during it. I'll be at Yarn Club. At Andrea's shop, and I also have the Tidewater Knitting Guild of Virginia. They host a retreat every year, so I'll be there for their makers market. This year I'm actually really excited. I get to go to YarnCon for the first time up in Chicago. I'm super excited about it.
Fun one.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled and like nervous at the same time because I have never I haven't been up that way before. So, and it's also the week of my birthday, actually, whenever we're up there. So I'm dragging James with me so that he can help me work the booth. And then I was like, but we are doing something while we're there. So in between now and then, we'll start researching to see like what's going to be happening while we're up there. Because I definitely want to do like something that I can only do in Chicago, just to like make it part of the trip for sure.
If you love nature stuff, you have to go to the Field Museum.
The Field Museum is hands down the best.
Okay.
And the Shed Aquarium is amazing, and they're like right next door to each other.
Oh, that'll be amazing! Yeah. Okay, I'm down. What's it called? The Field Museum.
The Field Museum.
Field Museum. Okay.
Shed Aquarium, right?
Yeah. Okay, an aquarium, that's right up my alley too.
Shed Aquarium.
Shed is 2D.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, perfect.
Super awesome. Like, definitely recommend those. Dean and I went a few years ago on a residency trip. Like, it was his cohort. So,
27.
Yeah. It's a while ago.
That is awesome.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
It was only 7 years ago.
Time is flying, I swear. I'll be like, yes, man. They'll be like, 3 years ago, you mean? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everything pre-COVID seems like it was another lifetime. Like,
seriously. I don't think I've recovered yet. I'm still like so out of it time-wise. I'm just not there anymore.
Okay. So, Kendra, we have these titles on our, underneath our names. So my official title is Personal Yarn Enabler. Like, that is my title on the truck. And then Dean actually does have a title. It's not just Yarn Adventure Truck. So our friend Tiffany is asking why he doesn't have a snazzy title. Dean's snazzy title is actually, efficiency manager and
efficiency manager and logistics coordinator.
Because he's always been keeping me on the path.
There we go. I changed it. It was stuck on. We had been together for the last week, and so it was just Dean and Katy, Yarn Adventure Truck, and yeah, like I said, I screeched the tires coming in here to get on, so I didn't change it.
You didn't have time to fancify your name.
But I just changed it. So
perfect.
They're staying late tonight. They're having a lot of fun here.
I'm emails and spreadsheets and like that email she was talking about. It was like a bigger block of text, and I filter those for her, and I hey, here's the things you needed from that email.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I do a lot of personal assistant activities. Hey, by the way, our email's unfrozen now.
Hey, awesome. So hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully we don't send you down like another rabbit hole into to it messing up again. Yeah, I definitely. So my husband gets, like I said, I say dragged, but he does like coming, so it's not really that big of a deal. But he helps me, like he's my pack mule, of course. Whenever I'm going in and out of shows, he's very helpful. He does all the yarn for my photography for my yarn. There we go. And whenever we go to shows, I've been having him help me like do checkout and stuff like that, and he's really good with that. And I've been every now and then I invite him into the dye studio, and he'll like help me come up with a color, or I'll just be like, go crazy, like do whatever you want kind of thing. And so one of his traditions so far has been to he always dyes up something for my birthday just for me kind of thing, which I love. I haven't been able to get him to actually knit, so like he's knit one project, but part of my I want us to like grow old together, right? Knitting, but at the same time, I also would love to just start projects and then pass them on. Be like, can you finish this?
I agree.
So
I am so there.
She does a lot of the driving, and that's just how our relationship is. Like she likes driving. I don't like driving. She gets motion sick. I don't get motion sick, so she does most of the driving.
Dean, do you have your hat? Because Bridget really wants to see it.
What's that?
Do you have your hat there? Because Bridget really wants to see
I'll get it in a second. I've knit one hat, and I'm working on a muscle barrel, but it's been
fantastic.
I just don't enjoy, it's just work to me. I'm like, okay, one more row.
Yeah.
And I just haven't gotten into it, because at one point she was like, oh, you should just knit samples, because while we're going down the road, and that would have been really nice, but I just can't. It's just not my
thing. Does not have the joy that I have with the knitting. So
yeah.
Deb over on Instagram said that my job didn't sound like as much fun. But, I told her I like it, because it's I thoroughly enjoy it, actually. All right.
Okay, Bridget's watching, so you have to get your hat. Okay, he ran away. He'll be back. So yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of fun doing this, and I don't know if you can see all the stuff, but basically we can't import Instagram comments, but he's watching it on another screen on the laptop, so that's why he's having a whole nother conversation over there. So yeah,
gotcha.
But so yeah, so you don't have like a knit group or anything at home?
I mean, we have started. Okay, so at my request, we did start knitting group where we get together like every third Thursday, because alliteration helps people plan, and then it's also nice to be able to plan out a little bit, because like some of the people in my knitting group, like Kat and Penny, also have events, also have things going on, like we're all adults, everybody's just busy.
Oh, yeah.
So like
definitely.
It's really nice to not have like instead of being like, hey, do you guys want to get together this week? It's like, okay, every third Thursday is a thing. Yes. We can set it on the calendar and it can just be done. But we've only started that in the new year, so we haven't really done it a whole lot yet.
Yeah.
But overall, sadly, one of the other yarn shops I used to do knit nights at closed recently. So so it's just like, I feel like there's just not as many like local knitting groups or none that I'm aware of at this point. But so stuff like this is really great. And of course,
Hey, Dean, show off this hat because they're
let's see
they're
it.
really antsy over here.
Oh,
They're crowded
that's
around
beautiful. That's really pretty. I love it.
It's nothing special, but I like the skein of yarn too. So
yeah.
Actually, that's skein from Getting It Faced in Colorado.
Yeah.
And she's going to be on next Monday night with us, so we're really happy her too. So Michelle, and it'll be her first online interview. All right, we're heading out. Sorry. All right, I really have to go.
All right.
Guys, I'm gonna head out, but you guys can continue talking. Feel free.
Sure.
Okay.
Close us out.
All right.
No, I need to. You're good.
Okay.
Have a safe drive.
I'll see you in a little bit. She's coming over here and to Eureka Springs. So yeah, it's kind of been the last few months have been a little bit of here and there and everywhere in between since we sold the house and kind of most of the time living with Katy's sister and brother-in-law and their now 4-month-old. And
oh my goodness.
So it worked out well because we were able to stay with them and help them out in the beginning. And I mean, now it's a little bit, we're there a little bit less, but in next month, we'll be kind of gone for a long time doing shows and stuff. But yeah, it worked out well, the timing of everything. So
definitely. What months are y'all the busiest in terms of traveling?
I would say April, May April, May, September are probably the 3 busiest. Yeah. Maybe October too. But so we're hosting the Eureka Fiber in the Ozarks here. And it's the one that we work to put on here, and it is March 14th to the 16th. And from there on, we are busy most weekends. We've got, there's still open dates and there's still times where we blocked off to do, visit family and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty busy. And then I would say, the end of November and then December, January, February, it's there's not much of anything. There's 1 or 2 shows in January, 1 or 2 in February, and that's about it. So we took most of December off and then most of January and ended up being all of January when we didn't go to Oxford. So it's pretty slow, but yeah, April is I think our busiest month right now as far as number of events and days we're open, and it's
that's exciting.
Different transitioning to having it be the full-time thing, because before I work here every other week, and so it's been a lot of we go out to a show and then we come back and then we go out and we come back and out and back, and Katy ends up actually driving a lot of extra miles that way. And so yeah, it's been a little bit of an adjustment getting to the point now. We haven't talked a ton about it because we're trying not to show pictures until we're completely done, but our new truck is coming. We're actually picking it up on February 29th, so just about 10 days.
That's awesome.
Upgrading to an RV. It's gonna be awesome. It's got a bed and a toilet, and so it'll be and we had it professionally done instead of us just cobbling stuff together. So, our current yarn truck is great, and we would probably keep it if we didn't need a place to sleep, but we really need a place to sleep.
Well, I think that, and then if you have that, then you can actually stay out, right? And then not have to come back and forth.
It just opens up. We actually spend, when we go to shows, we typically like to rent a big Airbnb and share it with 2 or 3 other vendors. And so it ends up saving everybody a little bit of money. We get to hang out with people. We end up leaving the yarn truck at shows. And so we get, we're like, hey, if you give us a ride, we'll pick up dinner and and we get to hang out with people. So we spend a lot of time actually staying in Airbnbs and hotels and staying with friends and things like that. But it's really nice just to be able to be hey, can we just pull over at the truck stop here and sleep? I don't feel like driving another few hours. And
that's probably very freeing. That's super exciting and good timing. If you're getting ready to start it up for the year, then you'll have it in time to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah, knock on wood, everything so far has gone exactly like we hoped. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, there's the like it's with Oxford Fiber Fest, like weather happens, but as a whole, everything's gone pretty well. So
Good.
a couple more weeks here, and then we're heading out. So,
Woohoo.
is there anything else you wanted to talk to folks about
Um,
tonight? Anything you
uh,
mention or shout out or?
I mean, if anyone's interested in the pattern that I'm working on, it's in testing, so it's coming out soon. I'm actually trying to focus a little bit more on designing. Hi, a little bit more designing this year because I love the idea of being able to offer designs to use my yarn and kind of like keep it together. Then I can have offer like then I know 100% this yarn is going to work for this. I know the yardage is good, and I like making kits and that kind of stuff. So like limited kits. I definitely don't. I like to leave a lot of stuff open for other people to make the choice as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just I've been working on knitting the same shawl like 3 times, so I'm ready to move on to the next thing. I swear, I am so done. I love it. It is one of my most favorite things I've ever created, but like at the same time, I'm like, can I just move on to something more fun for a little while and not the same
Katy
thing?
Is a prolific project starter.
Yes.
That's my favorite part too.
Yeah, I finished 3 this week.
3
awesome
2 crochet projects, which is like a big deal because you really are like not happy about crocheting most of the time. But
no, I try to be, you just can't do it. I tried real hard.
It's tough. I'm trying to work on my crochet skills as well. It just doesn't stick as well as knitting does, so it's always harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we appreciate you.
Any other? What's that, Katy?
Yeah.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, any other things you want to throw out, or what about you?
So for the Virginia box, you did the collaboration with Cesium and Yarn Over Floyd, and and you have done several like projects like that. So I know you like collaborating. So do you have a collaboration in the works for somebody else right now?
Actually, not so much right now. I just finished doing, I had tested a mystery knit along that's still in progress. And so I had done kits to go along with one of the patterns that she was doing. And then right before that, I did one with another designer who had done, it's like a winged, it looks like a cowl, but it has wings that come off of it, and it was like a Court of Thorns and Roses inspired, which I started reading. I had never read before, so I got all up in that. And I got the chance to wear elf ears and like dress up. Like I totally did like a cosplay knit. It was so good. It was so fun. I would love to do stuff like that. I'm a huge I play D&D. I'm a big gamer, so I've got some collections coming up that are based on those things soon. But yeah, a lot of it's solo right now. I'm doing the color for Knit and Coop for the yarn crawl. But besides those, I'm just I've packed myself, like my calendar is just full of shows this year. And so I'm like trying to get my patterns done, get ready for all the shows that are coming up. And
we've been sending your
I'm open to it.
Yeah, we've been sending your name out to different stores. So we've been trying to get you going on some new places. So that's
I would love to.
Obviously, we're trying to sell yarn for money, but one of our primary goals is to be like, have you ever heard of Kendra from Aster Fiber Co?
I love that. Yeah, keep it up. I would love to my goal, maybe not this year, but I'm hoping next year is to schedule a couple of shows or something like over towards the southwest side of the country. I would love to. I moved to Virginia from New Mexico, so I basically would love to schedule something down that way, so that way I can call it a work trip, but visit back on my old stomping grounds, take my family because they've never been down that way. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm interested in, but I gotta like find the yarn shops first. So if you guys come across some, let me know.
Send them your way.
Awesome. Thanks. But thank you guys so much for having me. It was super fun. I was like super scared and nervous, and but yeah, this was fun. This was like chatting with friends and working on my knitting, so totally easy.
Yeah, just a little bit of crafting to make our days a little better. So
yeah.
All right, we're gonna like log off our live, but you're welcome to stay on for a few minutes and chat with us if you'd like. So yeah,
okay. All right.
Like, see you guys later tomorrow, same time, same place.